Wealth Radio Network. WNN.
Want to lower your rate and payments, get rid of mortgage insurance, or get cash out? Find out about your best refinance options by tuning into the Get Mortgage Fit radio show with Alex Michaels and Carrie Kasem, Thursday afternoons from 1 to 2, where you'll learn everything you need to know about mortgage loans, today's rates, FHA, VA, and more. Call the Get Mortgage Fit show Thursday afternoons from 1 to 2 on WNN at 800-827-RATE, 800-827-RATE, or visit them online at newamericanfunding.com, NMLS 6606.
If you're tired of losing money when the stock market goes down, then feel you're not making enough when it goes back up, take an investment class at Online Trading Academy. For 2 decades, Online Trading Academy has taught over 200,000 students how to time the markets, how to pick the right stocks, how to limit risk, and how money is made in up, sideways, and down markets. All instructors are certified, currently trade, and profitable. They show you what they do every day with stocks, options, futures, forex, and now Bitcoin. So if you're tired of losing money when the market goes down, then feel you're not making enough when it finally goes back up, call now for a pair of tickets to a free sample half-day class in Broward or Palm Beach and see for yourself how educated investors make trades. Online Trading Academy, the leader in investment education. Call 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Art Radio Network, live from the heart of Delray Gallery. Join us every Tuesday at noon for a glimpse of the art, comedy, culture on the G Talk Radio with Lawrence Kurtel. Meet our artist up front and personal. Be part of the live studio audience. Are you ready to smile and feel inspired? Find your inner creativity to share with the world. It's time to take a seat and have some laughs. Put down that paintbrush and call in with your artistic thoughts and ideas today at 888-LOL-1470.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Gartell. Welcome to G Talk on the Art Radio Network. We have a great show today. It is music and art. Dan is by my side over here. We're over here with Roger Dean and my dear friend Jamie King Colton. And guys, I'm so happy to have you both here. And Roger, you know, I have to say, when I was 14 years old, you know, like 10 years doesn't make a big difference now. But when I was 14, looking at your work, and if you don't know who Roger Dean is, Roger, in my mind anyway, my estimation, you created the cover of an album that I listened to easily 1 million times, the Fragile album by Yes. Roger designed the logo for Yes. This is the real deal, the real guy. It's incredible. And, you know, he flew in, he just jetted in from London. We picked him up at the airport. We embellished a little bit here. It's okay.
I wish you did.
I wish I did. I wish I had known what time you came in. But I got to tell you something, man. You know, to be inspired by such a legend, by such great art. So my first question to you, Roger, we'll get into your background and everything, but like, does music inspire art or does art inspire music? How did it work for you?
Not quite either way, because I'm terrifically inspired by music, but not to paint.
Yes.
So the process of painting for me is not the same as being inspired by music. I listen to music and I love it.
Yes.
I listen to it all the time, but not much when I'm painting. When I'm painting, I need something seriously distracting.
Ha ha ha. Interesting.
So typically I would be listening to an audio book or something like that.
Yes.
One of the processes, you know, when you combine the creative and the construction of a piece,
yes,
you need to take that busy thinking part of the mind out of the equation. So, you know, I mean, my job is watching paint dry, so it doesn't work unless I do something about that. Music can get me energized or calm me down, But to distract me, yeah, I need something that engages the mind in detail, hour after hour after hour.
Yeah. Well, you know, you have a very interesting intellectual background going to the Royal College of Art. So I'm sure you've had a lot of influence, let's say, growing up. I know you were moving around. You were in Greece for a while, right? Growing up.
Army.
Army
My father
brat,
was Army.
yeah? Yes, yes.
He was in REME, Army engineer.
And and your fascination, I guess architecture really came to you first, is that?
And still,
correct?
I
And
mean, most
still.
of any given year, I spend more hours designing buildings than painting.
Yeah,
I
fascinating.
did my master's degree in the psychology of the built environment. I didn't actually start painting per se until I left college. I did 7 years at college, so it was a long time.
That's a long time to be in there. Jamie.
Two different ones, sorry, not the
Yeah,
same one.
no. Jamie, so music and art, you know, you inspire so many, and you've had such an incredible career, which we'll get into, both you guys, how deep you really both are. But Jamie, your idea about music and art, music inspiring art, art inspiring music, what's your thoughts?
It's kind of a conglomerate in myself and my being, because I started out with art and music together.
Yeah.
I was very interested. I did a lot of sketching. I painted sculptures. I studied sculptures at the best school in New York, the Albright Art School in Buffalo.
Buffalo, Albright Knox, right?
The Albright Knox,
the
yeah.
museum.
And I was painting. I've had showings, and you know, I did a lot of acrylics. And while I was studying music, and I was playing in groups and orchestras, and studying classical and jazz and rock and everything else. So they intertwined. And then I finally got to a point where I said, art's got to go, because I got to be 100% music. And that really kind of like, it's like cutting off an arm almost, you know. Now I'm back in. I'm redesigning all my own album covers with digital art, and I love it.
Yeah, you've never asked me, which is interesting. I guess you're doing your own.
Well, it's because, you know what, it's like Billy Joe asked to produce my album. And no, seriously, he asked to produce my album, and because it was my big chance at producing in a major studio, I actually declined his request, because it was my opportunity.
Billy Joel, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So it's interesting about that. Art and music, they do go together for me.
Well, I do want to say one thing. So my growing up, I grew up in the Bronx on 164th Street in the Grand Concourse in a building, and I was on the 8th floor, and my father was a painting contractor, so he painted. And what happened with him is that he painted a garage next to Manny's Music Store. And what was interesting is that he bought me a drum set from there. And I took the drum set home and I started to play. And interestingly enough, the neighbor from on top started to bang like this, right, to have me stop. And then from the person underneath used to hit the floor. So I had noise coming from both sides. And I had a music teacher teach me to play the drums. And I kept just getting this banging from both sides. And although it was interesting, I said, you know, visual art is much quieter. So I went into visual arts because I just couldn't make any noise. You know, it's kind of an interesting thing. Roger, let's get into the idea about your first job making an album cover. Let's talk about that.
Well, my first job on leaving college was designing the discotheque at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club. And Ronnie Scott and his partners, he had two partners, they were looking through my sketchbook and they said, "Oh, can we use that on an album cover?" And I thought, yeah, that sounds a cool thing to do.
Yes.
The deal was I repainted it, so I repainted it, and that was my first album cover. And that was for a rock band called The Gun.
Yes.
And they just had a hit with a single called Race with the Devil. So I then did a bunch of jazz covers, and I thought, yeah, interesting. I want to get into a different kind of music. So I made a portfolio and went around seeing record companies. And I met Phil Carson, who was the boss of Atlantic in Europe. And he said, I love your work. I'd love to get you to do an album cover, but we only have two bands, Yes and Led Zeppelin.
Poor guys.
And he called me when Yes needed a cover and introduced me, and that's how the Fragile album came about.
And that's absolutely incredible. And, you know, I'm not quite sure when I think about that, whether I think of the music first. This is, again, the interesting part of music and art. I don't know if I think of the music first or your image of the green and blue world at the top first. I'm not quite sure how I was affected, but I was affected really, really greatly. And I want to say I think it was the art. I really believe it was the art.
It covers the door you open to get into the music. That's what I think. That's the way I always perceived it.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like, I guess, you're up there with Santana's Abraxas album. I think that's perhaps maybe the second best next to yours.
Matty Klarwein, yeah.
That's incredible. And then In the Court of the Crimson King, King Crimson Face, that red face.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting story, how that kind of evolved, where he was 21 years old, I believe, and they asked him to do that, and it was just incredible. And so how old were you when you did that cover?
Older than 21.
But not by much, though.
No, not by much.
25. I anticipated about 25, 26.
I just turned my 24th birthday.
Wow.
That is an amazing thing to be walking around. I think you're 10 years older than me. So, you know, you've been walking around for, let's say, a good 50 years, knowing that you produced one of the greatest album covers. I'm sorry, I don't get starstruck too often. But, you know, when it has to do with art, you know, and my own personal life that you impinged on so greatly, along, I guess, with listening to the Edgar Winter Entrance album 80 trillion times, and they're a friend of yours.
He gave me
right?
personally. Yeah.
Right?
Edgar.
So Edgar was really fantastic. But knowing these people, how did that affect you? How did it affect you, Roger?
Knowing these people?
Yeah. Like, I'm sure that you hung around a little bit.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I mean, it feels now that I've known them all my life.
Yes.
I've certainly known them 45 years.
Yes.
It feels normal. What can I say?
Yeah. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels normal.
As people say, how does it feel to play with Bob Seger, or how does it play with, all these stars, Temptations? Well, that's who I work with. You know, they're my associates.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, okay.
It's odd because I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative of what they achieved. I know that. I don't not know it, but I know them as fantastic musicians, but I know them as people too.
That's wonderful. All right, we're going to take a little break now, and we'll be right back with G Talk on the Art Radio Network. Thank you.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Hurry up and grab your grub. It's time to rejoin the Art Radio Networks, sponsored by the Heart of Delray Gallery. For more information, call 561-ART-0074. That's 561-278-0074. Now, back to our show.
All right, we're back with Lawrence Gartell, G-Talk on the Art Radio Network, and I'm here with my guests, Roger Dean and Jamie King Colton. And I'm so pleased that they're here. The Music and Art Show. We're going to have some other guests after, but right now we have Roger who flew in and he's got a show. Roger, we want to plug where you're going to be, so please tell us.
Well, tomorrow in West Palm Beach Convention Center, there's an art fair, and it's the art, antiques, and jewelry fair, and it looks amazing.
Yes.
We met there a couple of weeks ago at a different art fair.
Yes.
And you recall that we were wondering what the hell to do because our paintings were stuck in Memphis.
Oh my goodness, yes.
In the snow.
Hopefully they arrived.
Now they've arrived. Well, they did arrive for the last couple of days, but for this one, we're already set up, so we're there ahead of time. We missed a few days of the last one. But,
right.
And it looks really nice. It looks really good.
To me, it's one of the best ones there are, actually. I think, that one. And then you're going to Naples, I believe? Is that correct?
We're going to a follow-up art fair in Naples 2 days after this one ends.
Follow-up in Naples, and where is that? Where's that location? Do you know?
Yes.
He'll be in Naples, everybody, okay? He'll be in Naples. You're going to have dinner on Fifth Avenue. You're going to walk the Strip over there, see Roger over there in Naples for our West Coast friends who really are on holiday 24 hours a day over there. It's just so beautiful there in Naples. Jamie, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. You've been so busy. Your head has been like in your studio, but I know that you came out with something. I'm going to let you introduce it. Go ahead. Tell us.
Well, it's a big departure for me. This is my 7th CD. The first one was an acid jazz instrumental album. Then I moved on to like a blues album. Then I did a rock album. I did 2 rock albums and maybe 3 blues albums. This one is, I've tried to create a new genre of music. It's kind of a combination of everything. It's techno beats mixed with blues, rock, and it's very astrally put together.
Listen, you're being very humble, Jamie. Okay, Jamie plays, I said one time 34 instruments, and he corrected me. He goes, no, that's incorrect. I play 38. So he plays 38 instruments.
35.
He's been 35. He's been on tour with Dion and absolutely everybody. Come on, throw out the names. Let's go. Go ahead.
I started out with Motown. That's how I got my first break.
Okay,
I had the
go
biggest
ahead.
record in the world, Here Come the Judge. I had 6 other top 10 hits with group called the Buena Vistas with Motown. I toured the world for 2 years. Then I've had just one success after the other. Came to South Florida from college after receiving all kinds of awards in college in the jazz idiom from National Association of Jazz Educators. Came down here, did an album with Billy Joe's band. I hired them, members of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, major production. I started with Dion in 1990. I did 11 world tours, did all of Australia.
You know, let me interrupt there for a second. So working with Dion, you know, I saw the video with you, man, and you had to actually tone it down. You had to tone it down.
I did, yeah, I did.
Because you were like huge.
Well, I had to fall in place to the place that I belong in
Yes.
there. I had to take my place within that whole
Yes, but you were
criteria.
fantastic. Not that we don't love Dion, and every song that he sang is just, he's one of a kind type of fellow.
Well, I am in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with him, so that's pretty
Hey,
awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
That's an accomplishment.
Show us your CD. Can you point it to a camera and can we see
This
it?
one, the newest one, which I'm having a CD release party on March 3rd at Blue Jean Blues in Fort Lauderdale on 33rd Street. It's called Reach for the Sky.
Yes.
I write, compose, arrange, designed, played every instruments on it, all background vocals, horn sections, everything. It's a year's worth of work and about a $250,000 investment in equipment to make this happen.
That's incredible.
This is, I mean, when somebody says this is my CD, this is my CD. Nobody can really say that. Nobody I've ever met in my life could say
Right.
from A to Z, every single thing.
Now, where can people buy it, Jamie?
www.kingcolton.com. There's a
Fantastic.
store right there.
And the name of the CD again is?
This one is called Reach for the Sky.
Reach for the Sky, Jamie King Colton. And we can find it on, again?
It's under King Colton, www.kingcolton.com.
That's fantastic. Okay,
And-
that's really great. Roger, so your website, so we know?
www.rogerdean.com.
www.rogerdean.com. That's really exciting. That's really easy. Easy to remember. Easy to remember. You know, I did some work for the Monkees. I find it very interesting how music and art always plays something, and how musicians get into art, because I don't have a musical bone in my body. How is that possible? Do you play an instrument?
I don't, but I did.
I'm afraid to ask what you played.
Is that Hey Hey the Monkees?
Yeah.
Hey Hey with the Monkees.
Hey, hey, with the Monkees, yeah. Mutant Monkees.
Good friends of
I
mine.
love the Monkees.
David, what was his name? David Jones.
Yeah.
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones, he passed away. You know, it's always
Mickey
weird
Dolenz.
that great people pass away. I don't know why they don't live forever. Do you have any take on that, Roger, why that happens?
Well, they kind of do.
You do? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, this was in 1992, actually. They asked me to do this piece for MTV. Kind of interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that for me, music always sort of like in the background, sort of gets the juices flowing to make a piece of work. And Roger, your feeling?
Oh, music?
Yes. What do you listen to?
It really depends on my mood, and it's like people ask what's my favorite. I have a different favorite at 9 a.m. and a much different one again at 10. You know,
Yes,
it
yes.
goes like that. But
Sure.
I was thinking what I got on my desk when I left, and there's definitely 2 Led Zeppelin albums. And I have a version of Madame Butterfly, which I like the music. I hate the story and hate the words, but I like the music. I've got an Elvis album. It's my age, you know. I met Elvis Presley music when I was 12 years old. I mean,
my.
you can't get out of that.
No.
You know, there's no way of growing out of that. All kinds. I would say all kinds except jazz. I don't have any jazz on my table.
There's no Miles Davis floating around? Or-
No,
No.
no.
Interesting.
No Coltrane.
No Coltrane.
I couldn't live without that one.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how the flavors change, huh? So we have the internet, and anyone can look up everything, and yet people don't seem to be so intelligent these days. Do you ever thought about that?
They don't be so
They're not so intelligent these days.
intelligent.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why do you say that?
Well, because I feel like young people, they've never heard of certain things, and they don't look it up, and that's my feeling.
I guess there's reasons for thinking
I could
that,
be
but
wrong, you know.
I have a positive view. I think things get better.
Somebody has to. Yes.
I think things get better.
But you live in the UK, right?
Well, even there.
Even there. Okay, no politics.
Things get better.
No. See how I sort of almost segued there, but I'm
Oh,
not.
wait, no American politics. Maybe we could go to
Oh,
that.
okay, all right. Good.
American politics? You can't ask me because
No American
No.
politics.
you
we
don't
we
talk about somebody else's president and you don't talk about somebody else's baby.
Yes, there you go. Okay. So what kind of art are you doing these days, Roger?
Am I doing these days?
Yeah. What are you making?
I paint about 4 or 5 paintings a year. I've kind of caught me by surprise that I'm still in the States, so
Yes.
I've got a lot of things on hold back in my studio. But my big project for this year, if it happens, is we're designing a village.
Oh, my.
And that's really my big obsession at the moment.
Wow. Like, what's the artist in Spain that did a whole Gaudi, I guess, or is it, or Hundertwasser in Austria?
Yeah.
Is it like that kind of, like village, like with real buildings and things of that nature?
I've just given you my website. Look it up.
Well, I would love to, but I don't want to break away from the show to do it, but I definitely will and check it out.
It's
I'll
it's
definitely
very
check it out.
curvilinear, and as I say,
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get it going. Yeah. So we have a little treat for you guys, by the way. Just thought I'd tell you. And here it comes.
Who's that?
Oh my God! Look who it is! Look who came! Unbelievable! It's Jackson's Ice Cream Parlor.
And I brought a box of tomatoes.
Oh my God!
Favorite.
Jerry from Jackson's
Favorite.
is here. What are we doing? We're gonna have.
Brought some ice cream. What else would we do
I
with
eat it
Jack?
once a day.
Oh
whether
my
I-
God! Jackson's is the most favorite place. My favorite place. How
I
did
eat
you
it
even
every
know I was
day.
here today? I don't even understand this.
I keep my ear to the ground.
That is incredible. All these flavors of ice cream.
blue ice cream.
Jackson's.
Yeah.
What flavor
from
is that?
Dania. Unbelievable.
Is it
Another
ground up
box?
Cookie Monster?
How many boxes you got here?
Unbelievable.
I brought some of our more popular flavors for you to sample. And boy, if anybody wants to jump in trying to pry these tops off.
Yes, of course we will.
So,
Hope you like ice cream, Roger.
and I did bring some sugar-free if anyone.
Oh, really?
He's going to tell us about the different flavors of the ice cream.
Yes, please,
Right,
tell
well,
us.
Here we have a classic coffee.
I
That's,
don't like coffee.
this, I think, yeah. Now, this is interesting. This is an ancho chili chocolate with a caramel espresso swirl.
I did try that, I believe I
Yes,
did.
yes, you did.
And
Yeah,
I loved it.
January.
Yeah.
Rum raisin,
Rum raisin.
Like that.
Jamie, you approve?
Rum raisins,
I approve.
delicious.
What do you think of this show? G-Talk on the Art Radio Network, because you know what? Dessert is an art, I have to say. There's no
It is.
question about it.
It is.
Right?
I eat ice cream all the time. All the time.
because
Unreal.
it wouldn't be right without it. There's some hot caramel and some hot fudge.
Oh
Is there any ice cream
God.
named after like Chinese
Unreal.
food?
This is unbelievable. Jackson.
Come and do a radio
named-
show and
named
gain
after
10
Chinese food.
pounds.
Named
I
after-
love it.
No, not that I'm aware of.
I want Jerry to sit down afterwards so we can ask him a little bit about Jackson's and the history and
Yeah, there's a lot of history there.
oh my God, there's so much history at Jackson's and our dear friend. Okay, we're going to break for ice cream or something, but we're not leaving it just here, but we are going to take a break, okay? We'll be back from Lawrence Gartell, G-Talk on the Art Radio Network.
And this one here is ground up.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Hurry up and grab your grub. It's time to rejoin the Art Radio Network, sponsored by the Heart of Delray Gallery. For more information, call 561-ART-0074. That's 561-278-0074. Now, back to our show.
Okay.
Call me and I'm gonna switch it, okay?
But I want him to have ice cream.
And you're back.
I ought to go soon.
You're back.
Yeah, you can.
You're back.
I'm back. Hi, I'm sorry. I went into a brain freeze. Is that the proper term?
We won't get into the cause yet.
Oh my God. Well, it's just incredible to look at all of this stuff. It's so luscious. I want you guys to have a little. Please take some. Can we give them a cup or?
Yes.
And then I'm going to say au revoir, I guess. But you got to go. You're going to go somewhere, Roger. You got to get back to. You have your limousine picking you up, I think. You
My
said.
limousine, my taxi. Yeah, it's our setup day, and
Yeah.
we have to have the stands vetted, all kinds of stuff like that. So
Okay.
we've gotta-
Look at the spoons here. Take some ice cream.
That is the sugar-free right in front of you. Right?
Sugar-free is right there, Roger. Jamie King Colton.
I want some rum raisin.
Rum raisin, sure.
and, all of the
This is the
above.
rum raisin. I'm actually going to jump in. You don't mind if I start you off, Jamie?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. And you guys who are watching us eat, we may save you a little. I just want you to know that. Here, Jamie.
What about
Get
the
over
audience?
here to the gallery
Thank you.
real quick, and there might be some left.
Yeah. This is what we do here on G Talk. We surprise people.
It's
We
amazing.
have wonderful.
What's this, rum raisin?
This is as good as
Cherry vanilla.
Oh, that sounds,
it's as good as it gets around here.
no, cherry vanilla sounds better.
Cherry vanilla is good. There's Oreo cookie, butter pecan, chocolate, strawberry, cookie monster.
There's hot sauce, hot chocolate sauce.
I'm going to say thank you very much for inviting me.
Roger, a real pleasure, and my child spirit from 1971 thanks you, okay? Thank you so much for being inspirational to me, to providing me with a road, for a vision as an artist. I went to the High School of Music and Art in Harlem, and then the School of Visual Arts, but your artwork was inspiring not only to me, but those of my generation, and I can't thank you enough.
Come and see it. It's just down the road.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Jamie King Colton,
Hey,
the
Lawrence.
master, I love you
My
so
brother
much.
and
We're going to
friend.
see you at Blue Jean Blue at some point soon.
March 3rd, CD
March
release.
3rd, CD release. March 3rd, Blue Jean Blue, Jamie King Colton with his new album. Love you guys so much, and we'll see you soon. We'll be in touch. Take a little ice cream with you. Put some hot sauce, whatever they don't eat yet. I don't have it. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just going
there
to tell
go,
you.
Lawrence. It's down to you.
Oh my God, this is crazy. Look at all this. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the fudge there.
Yeah, would you mind? You know how to. You know how to arrange this. Perfect. 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 Thank you so much. Come on in. So we've got Greg McLaughlin coming. We've got Randy Blitz. Randy is an excellent drummer. Come, look. Where have you ever seen
Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing?
Where have you ever seen a show, Randy, where you get ice cream to start? I mean, this is here. Have a thing.
Well, I'm going to have a little of everything in a couple of minutes.
Okay, very good. Well, so
chocolate.
let's talk to Jerry a little bit, and let's talk about Jackson's. Jackson's in Dania, okay?
Right, we're at Sterling Road and Federal Highway. And what do you want, Randy?
Chocolate.
Here you go.
This is the
Spoons.
Ultra Chili Chocolate.
This is what they're pushing. This is
What's the best
big
chocolate,
deal.
man?
This is the big stuff.
Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate it, man.
Oh my God! Do you ever go? You ever hear of Jackson?
yeah.
Have you ever heard it? That's a trick question. Have you ever heard of Jackson's? There's nothing
Unbelievable
better
chocolate.
than
The
Jackson.
most famous ice cream place in South Florida.
And has anyone ever left there crying? No. Everyone has left there with the greatest, biggest smile, happiest feeling in the world. It's the happiest place in the world. I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah,
care what they
it's
say about Disney.
It really is.
Screw that. The food is actually, and it was always said, try the food, right? Isn't that what he always
That's
said?
right, yeah, Monroe was a great cook himself. We're in our 62nd year.
Do you believe
Yeah.
it?
He opened in 1956 in the original location, Sterling Road and Federal Highway in Dania Beach.
It's the oldest business from here to where? Daytona, I think it is? The oldest, longest, original store.
It's one of very few places that have been under continual family ownership for over 50 years. There are a
That's
couple of
incredible.
others in Dania, Dania being the oldest city in Broward County. And we've been there for, like I say, over 61 years, and serve great food, amazing ice cream,
Amazing ice cream.
which we make every morning, so it's nice and fresh and delicious.
Oh my God.
Using Monroe's old
Unbelievable.
recipe.
Fantastic.
Glad you're liking it, Randy.
First time I came to Florida in 1967, that's when my parents took me to the Jacksons.
Right,
You also
nice,
have nice
nice.
candies, vintage candies, and all kinds of stuff.
One really cool thing about being there is that we see a lot of generations, different generations of the same family coming in. You know, there will be people who are bringing their kids who were brought there by their grandparents, 50 years before.
Isn't that incredible?
So it's great.
You don't really have that in America too often, right? There's nothing that has any longevity. Everything is kind of brand new, right?
Right.
I mean, we just
A lot of it is.
took over from the Indians 200 years ago, so it's all new to us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we're the
incredible.
newcomers.
It used to be more charming, in my opinion, back then. You know, yeah.
Right. Yeah, before the advent of the big box store.
Yeah, right,
All that.
exactly, yeah.
I think that's what we're missing, aren't we? We're sort of missing that good old feeling. Everything is so corporate, and Jackson's just has that homey, good feeling. I guess Linda is doing a wonderful job. God bless Linda. Linda, we love you. We love
we do.
Jackson's. Jerry's been there. Jerry, you're like the rock of Gibraltar over there, right? I mean,
19 years in.
19 years in.
Yeah, that's all.
And you took care of Monroe, and Monroe was such a good man. And
He was.
Monroe, I know you're looking down on us, and Jerry and staff are still doing a fabulous, marvelous job. It tastes just like the way you wanted it to be. You're improving everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to
bit by
help
bit.
one
We,
once.
we tweak where we can, but the one important thing is to sort of maintain the essence of the Jacksons experience, because people have been coming for generations, and you don't want to surprise them with anything that's too new or outlandish, or take away something they might miss.
No, no,
But-
it's fine. I mean, it's a great place to bring your kids, and you'll be coming back with
Right.
your date,
Right.
and then you'll be coming back
Right.
with your
Son.
date, who's now your wife's kids.
Right.
Yes,
And
exactly.
it's a great place. If you haven't been to Jackson's, you haven't been to South Florida, go.
My God, this is like a commercial for Jackson. I don't care. It's like
true.
it's like I think what we're trying to talk about here for the Music and Art Show is it's all experiential. And food. Experiential. Really and so we're experiencing this. It's absolutely incredible. That's what Jackson's gives. That's what music gives. That's what art gives. It gives an experience. If we're here with a bunch of developers or dentists, or I don't know if that experience is painful, for God's sakes. And art and beauty is just fantastic. All right, anyway, let's get to my guests here. We have Greg McLaughlin. Greg, you're a musician turned artist. Is that how you describe yourself?
Yeah, I'm the former frontman for the band The Front, early 80s band. We all did original music back then, and I worked a long time after that in the studio, but when I was younger, I was always painting, and before I got basically into music, I went to apply for like a commercial art course, and I saw the other applicants' artwork, and I said, nope, not for me. I'm not that good. So I went and bought a bass guitar and got in a band called Music of the Spheres, and then from there became the frontman for The Front. And about maybe 15, 16, 18 years ago, somewhere in that area, I started to focus in on more of my art. And the first thing I decided is I had to learn to draw. So I would look up masterpieces like Michelangelo's Last Supper and try to draw it. But I would put an alien head instead of the Lord's.
That's interesting.
And I've been doing that, ever since. And I don't push my art. I'm an outsider. I'm a self-taught artist. I'm surrounded by artworks that are flooring me. If you want to know the truth, you should come down to the
This is the
heart of the gallery here in Delray. It's absolutely fantastic. You can get lost in here.
It's a beautiful gallery.
I did.
Isn't it stunning in here?
It's absolutely.
Heart of
I'm
Delray
floored.
Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway. It's really great. Everyone should come here. That's why we're doing this. We want to encourage people to come, see art, have an experience, meet guys like you now. Randy, how are you today?
I'm full on ice cream.
Oh my God, isn't this great?
I'm a chocolate junkie.
Oh my God. Do you think this is going to enhance your drumming experience?
Food always turns me on.
It really
First of all,
does.
how you doing, LG?
I'm doing all right, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen each other.
Yes, well, you know, when you say long time we haven't seen each other, I actually know you from La Havre in Queens in 1981.
Whitestone, Queens.
Whitestone, Queens. And how I met you, reconnected with you, is through
A telephone.
Jamie King Colton. It was Jamie King Colton.
And
it
the
was
Chrome
Jamie
Skulls, baby.
King Colton at the Blue Jean Blue, where I saw you perform with Jamie, and Jamie was like, I said, okay, I gotta say something. I can't just sit here passively. This was like the greatest freaking band that I have experienced here in South Florida in a club. And that's all there is to it. And it reminded me of the days when I saw Edgar Winter at the Rock Pile in Long Island with the Jay Giles Band. Man, am I dating myself to be an old fart. But I don't care. This is what it was. This is what it is. It was incredible. And your band reminded me of those days, how incredible that experience was. So I went up to Jamie. I said to Jamie, we have to do something. And then I met you at that time. And you were phenomenal.
That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry that had to happen. So where do you want to start with music and rock and roll? Because I am ready.
Start right now. Tell me a little bit.
Okay, well, here you go.
Go ahead. Go.
Good afternoon. I'm Randy Blitz, the drummer with Jamie King Colton and the fabulous Chrome Skulls, which we appear every Saturday of the month. Mm-hmm. Shh. Be quiet, Jamie. It's my time.
Yep.
The first Saturday of each month, 9 to 1, the fabulous Blue Jean Blues with G Money and Muggy Doo, and of course my main man who took me out of retirement. I owe him everything, Mr. Jamie King Colton. I love you. So,
yeah.
Let's start back, music and art. What turned me on first? Well, my father was a painter, oil, and I painted models, monster models. And then I would be very into detail, and I would copy the photo and be, right on the money. And right at that point, Ed Sullivan and the Beatles, that all changed. I knew I wanted to be a drummer for the rest of my life. Dad was a musician, played keyboards. I had the ear.
So your father had both
lessons.
Music and art going on.
Yes.
That's so interesting.
And then in my bedroom, a lot of other things. My parents gave me the master bedroom.
Wow.
That's because I had the drums, my brother, and all the good beginnings of being a good rock and roll drummer.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I've been doing it my whole life.
We are so pleased that you came out today,
Thanks.
shared a little ice cream with my friend Jerry from Jackson's, with Greg McLaughlin. Greg, just really hold up your painting real fast over to the camera, okay? He's an outsider artist. He's incredible. Let me just tell you something. We are so pleased to have you. We're going to talk more about this. We're going to start a page, a blog, all this other stuff. You'll see everything. I want to thank everybody for coming today. Roger Dean, Jamie King Colton, Greg McLaughlin, Randy Blitz, Jerry and his ice cream, Jackson's. This is the Lawrence Gartell G-Talk on Arts Radio Network 10. I just had a brain fart. It's the ice cream. 95.3 FM and 1470 AM.
I'd like to plug something.
Go ahead, please plug.
This
Right back.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Hurry up and grab your grub. It's time to rejoin the Art Radio Network, sponsored by the Heart of Delray Gallery. For more information, call 561-ART-0074. That's 561-278-0074. Now, back to our show.
I've been here since
You were
'72.
you were going to plug something.
Yeah, I'd like to plug the Saturday the 24th at the Star Lounge, which is on
It's unbelievable.
115 North 21st Avenue in Hollywood. We're doing a tribute to the late great artist Larry Joe Miller. I'm going to be showing some pieces along with many other great artists put on by Cindy Prodrosky and Kent Wallace. Kent Wallace. Please show up.
Where is it? Say it again.
It's at the Star Lounge in Hollywood,
Hollywood,
which is on 115 North 21st Avenue.
Okay.
On Saturday from 6 to 9.
Star Lounge. And you're
Star
gonna show
Lounge,
Some
yes.
of your artworks.
This is a little piece of Jimmy Page.
Can we show your drawings, being that you brought some?
Sure.
Let's look at your work.
When I first
Okay.
started learning to draw, I did this one. This is Whistler's Alien Mother. And it got a lot of attention.
What was that?
Whistler's Alien Mother. I decided if I'm going to learn to draw, I might as well try to learn from the best.
Let me ask you a question. If Dan were to take out his wallet right now, how much would you sell that piece for, just out of curiosity? I mean, we have to put a dollar figure to some things, right? So
You put me on the spot.
I know I did. You want to think about it, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I take
about it.
offers, basically. you know.
All right. And now you showed me, where's the, what's his name?
This is
The Hepcat
Hepcat Boo
Booties.
Daddies. I did this sketch for Randy Blitz, and I'm giving it to him right now.
Thank you.
I will sign it later after the show.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, basically, I taught myself how to draw, or I'm still learning. I do a painting or drawing a day. I paint very fast, and then I look at it and look at it and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it until it's right.
Right.
It's my passion. I do it for myself. I don't do it to sell. It's a muse that just won't let me rest. I used to be a singer and a front man in a punk band that needed a lot of energy, but I'm kind of getting up there and I can't do that anymore. So
Can't do what?
I can't do the show like I used to do the show, so I don't want to sully the reputation of my old band by doing a substandard show, basically.
All right.
And also, when I sit around watching you musicians lug your stuff and tune your stuff.
Well, that's
and
called having a roadie.
I really don't miss it.
Isn't that what it's called? Having a roadie to carry
Well,
your
you got to
shit?
get to a stage to have roadies. In the beginning, you're
All
doing
right.
everything yourself.
All right.
You know.
I'm just
There's
curious
always a
if that's
schlepper
called-
around for a
Yeah,
few bucks. Okay, I got a few words and before we say goodbye.
No, we're not saying goodbye at all. Go ahead.
All right, first of all,
Say
I
what-
want to, we've had a few great musicians have passed away in the last year or so.
Yes.
A few of them that were very close to me, Scott Pataski from Marilyn Manson, of course, Kevin MacGyver, and a whole bunch of other,
John Sultan.
Johnny Sultan, but Matt Stanley from Comer and Freewheel just passed away, but the most important person is Sean Evil Gervitz. My bass player for 12 years with the amazing Hepcat Boo Daddies with Joel Da Silva, Sean, and you know who, Big Mouth. And Sean took his life, problems, and
When? Recently?
no, 10 years ago. But the bottom line, he was my angel. He saved my life.
Oh,
without
okay.
a doubt. The band was amazing, one of the greatest, and that's it.
Randy, what's the future? We're
future?
talking about death. Let's talk about some. Let's talk some life. I'm gonna have it all.
Come on, let me give you some fudge.
I am, my dear friend. I am indulging because I enjoy life. I mean, what am I going to wait till tomorrow? What am I waiting for? I'm not going to look like her anytime soon. So what's the difference?
It all depends.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't look like her. I don't look.
But you can in 10 easy lessons
don't
the right
look like
Can
boutique.
you wear her heels, though, Lawrence? Can you try on her heels?
What size?
The heels.
Don't worry, we
Listen.
have a car full of heels for you in every flavor
Listen,
and color.
you know, I've been in the fetish. Oh, I'm sorry.
Not you.
Anyway, good. So tell me about the future, Randy. What do
The
you
future
think the future
is to stay alive, keep playing drums, which has been long missed for a couple of years, and play with Jamie and be who I am and not sell out ever. But a few things. Gregory, which I've been watching, you did a movie of the local music scene. What was the name of it?
Invisible Bands.
Unbelievable. And every band that was amazing during the late 70s into the 80s. There was a real scene here. It was all punk, new wave. It was million bands, and they were all just the top. There was not anyone better. I was in a band called Screaming Sneakers, but the front were really great.
Screaming
Just watched
Sneakers. Was the guy
just-
fat? Who? The guy who wore them, sneakers.
No.
Was a
We
very,
wore
very,
sandals.
Very pretty front singer. Very
Gregory was an amazing frontman, super Elvis Costello, so much energy. That band killed. We used to play at the Agora Ballroom, which was amazing, turned into the Button South, and there was a great scene. And now it's a bit quieter.
What do you think for these kids? What are they? Do you follow what's happening in the music scene for the younger generation? What do you see?
I see a lot of creative, great rock and roll bands.
You do?
Yeah. Of course, you need to sing and play live, and they're kicking ass on TV. I'll get turned on to new things.
Let me ask you something. So we had a friend of mine come here to the Heart of Delray Gallery the other day, and his name is Frankie Bones from Brooklyn. He's like the first turntablist, absolutely fantastic. And the guy can spin, the guy can like work into this techno world and stuff. How do you think like techno sort of meshes with like traditional rock and roll? What do you
That's
think?
not my bag.
I can tell you about that.
Not your bag. Okay.
I recorded an album called Scourge was the name of the band.
Yeah.
Humanot's the name of the album. It was my last recording effort, which lasted from 98 to 2003 to make the record.
Yes.
All done with sound design, but no auto-tune, all right? But you lose something. You lose something in the magic of the music. I want dirt. I want mistakes in my music. Because that little twang, that little echo makes that song great. You don't realize it, but it really does.
The cherry on top.
So when you have everything where you can just do one verse and then cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, that takes the humanity right out of the music. I mean, it's good. It's good for studio engineers and producers. It's very, there's a reason for it, and there's a way it can be done well. But I'd rather have a meat and potatoes drummer like Randy, a bass player, guitar player, keyboard player, singer, doing it on their own, cutting the tracks on their own.
In a live studio.
All the way through.
Is
You
there
have to
any
leave.
bands today that could compare to the 80s bands?
I
like
can't
Def
be one to
Leppard
speak.
and all them? Is there anybody who plays like that anymore?
I don't know because I don't listen to the radio as far as music anymore. I stopped listening after Nirvana, if you want to know the
Nirvana,
truth.
yeah.
I thought Nirvana was, and Kurt Cobain was the kid's John Lennon. And they were raw, and they were giving the middle finger to the industry as much as they possibly could. And unfortunately, artists have troubled souls. They feel things more than other people feel.
They do.
This is sometimes why you see things like what Kurt Cobain did, and anyway, his
Jerry,
fellow
what
bass player.
kind of music do they play at Jackson's, by the way? Do you have piped in
Well,
music?
over the years, we've evolved all the way up to 70s.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Is there room for a band to come in there and play during
It's
a
kind
Friday
of
night?
tight.
Outside.
Outside?
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk, sidewalk rock and roll?
Well, we have an outdoor patio area. It would work.
All right.
There's no room to get into anywhere at that place.
Wait a second. I heard, what do they call it when the four guys get together and sing?
Barbershop.
The barbershop quartet.
Barbershop.
Yeah, we have a barbershop quartet. comes in
That's
every once in a while.
fantastic.
Yeah, they're great.
Absolutely fantastic.
You got
Yeah.
the shirt for that. and the
Yeah,
hat.
yeah. The boater, the shirt.
Welcome.
So, Mr. LG, how you doing?
I'm doing really good.
So you know the neighborhood I grew up in, Whitestone, Queens, La Havre?
Whitestone.
We didn't know
Queens,
each other.
La
That
Havre. We
was
didn't know
after I
each
left.
other, but when I told you who my girlfriend was at the time, you knew exactly
Yeah,
who
well,
it was.
We need to keep everything real on the down low about all that.
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah,
I just
please
you
don't.
mentioned Le Havre, and well, one thing leads to another. And Stuart Solomon came in. Do we have a minute for Stuart? We have 2 minutes. Hurry up. Come on in, Stuart. No. Look, we got ice cream for you. Sit down, Stuart. Stuart, by the way, don't let his good looks fool you. Stuart is the acting coach for Gloria Estefan.
All right.
Okay, so
And Emily.
and Emily, and say, go ahead, spit it out there. Just say everything about, spit about what you're
Listen,
doing.
Grace, I work a lot in the Latin community. I'm a gringo,
Right.
but it seems to have started. You want me to show off?
I want you to just, not show, but tell.
Well, you just called
We don't
yourself
have
a
any
gringo.
show.
I don't know. I got to show off.
No,
Yeah,
go
but,
ahead.
but I don't speak Spanish, but all my clients
Yes,
to be
yes,
Latin
tell,
American.
yeah, exactly.
Sofia Vergara in the beginning for a couple of years.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Right now, Leslie
She's
Grace.
hot, man. Oof.
She's,
That one.
You know, she's one of the sweetest, funniest people I've ever met. I miss her. She's in L.A. now, so I don't see her.
And she's hot.
Yeah, she
Don't
is.
leave that
She's
out.
Beautiful, very beautiful, and sweet. She's as sweet as she's beautiful. I'm very blessed in the sense that my clients are all very nice. A lot of very famous ones, of course. You know, regular students also, but they're all nice. So I'm
That's
very
nice.
blessed in that.
I
Yeah.
am so happy you came, you schlepped, oh, my God. I mean, I
I'm
hope
never
you,
been late for a media event in my life.
well, there's always the first.
Did you buy a
Meanwhile-
mattress down there anyway when you were
I
there?
don't know what.
Meanwhile, Stuart won an award at the Star Gala a couple of years ago down in Miami. We reconnected. I know Stuart from 1981 also, Randy. I know Stuart was in an improv group in New York City, and he was absolutely interplaying with my cousin Clayton Bartner and everyone else who was Karnofsky's and everyone else. You were fabulous. So you were as much of an actor as... It's over. The party's over. This went so fast. Thanks for the party. Jackson's Ice Cream. Thank you, Dan, for having us here.
Thank you, everyone.
We have Randy. We have Greg. Stuart Solomon. Stuart, anything happening just coming up?
I'm working with Tracy Young, DJ Extraordinaire.
That's it. It's over. We'll see you next time.
See you next
Bye-bye
time.
from
Goodbye.
G-Talk on the
South
Arts Radio
Florida.
Network. We love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, LG.
Thank you.
Skulls.